Right, hello again everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be looking at how it is that we can create a fillable form. Now, a fillable electronic form is a form that you can access, right, and fill out online. Now, Google Forms is one of those ways that we can create a fillable form. So as you see, I have opened my browser and I'm just going to search for Google Forms. So I am currently logged into my email address, as you can see at the side there. I could also search for Google Forms from the side there, right? But since I already searched for it, let's start there. And this is what you'll see coming up. So I'm going to click on a blank form, right? Of course, you can decide to choose a template if you so desire. And as you see, the form is untitled, meaning the form doesn't have a name, right? Now, let's go through creating a form to collect students' data. So I'm going to call it student details form. All right. Now, once I click on the title at the top, it will automatically give it the same name that the form has. Now, if you need to have a little description, you can put it there. So let's say, please answer all questions. All right. Now, fillable form work with labels and content controls, right? Labels tell the form basically what needs to be entered. Tell the persons who are going to be using the form what needs to be entered, right? Content controls basically controls the content or how the content will be entered onto the form, all right? Now there are multiple types of content control. By default, in Google Forms, you will get the first question. So if I click on multiple choice, the drop-down box, you see I get the option to add short text. For Microsoft Word or CXC, they'll call it a text box, right? Or paragraph if you need longer content, right? Multiple choice if you only want them to select one answer. Checkbox if they can select multiple answers, right? A drop-down box so you see a list of options dropping down for you to select from. If you need them to upload a file, then you can select file upload, right? Linear scale if you need them to select ranges, right? Ratings if you so desire. Checkbox grid, which gives you the option to basically check multiple things. Date if you want them to enter a date, time if you want them to enter a time. All right. So we are going to work with at least 5 different content controls for today. So I'm going to say first name. And of course, we know the persons will have to enter their first name, right? Automatically, as you see, it selected the content control that I was supposed to use. To add a new question, I simply click on the plus right here. And I'm going to call this date of birth. And of course, the content control will be date. For Microsoft Word, then it would be a date picker, right? So if you are doing CXC and they ask you for the content control, then it will be, the first one would have been a text box, right? And the second one would have been a date picker, which gives you the option to select the date. Let's add parish. And of course, this is a drop-down box, right? And you'll see options coming up there for me to fill in what needs to go into the drop-down box. I'm just going to use 3 parishes for now. Right? And of course, you can add as many options as you so desire. Uh, well, in order to make sure that it's in proper order, let me go to the first question and add gender. Right, so all I did was just scroll back up to the first question, click on it, and then select the plus so that the question falls right below. But if by some chance you already entered the question and it's in the wrong position, you can simply hover over those little dots there. You see the cursor changes and you can drag the question to wherever you so desire for it to go so that they're in the order that you want them to be. All right. So for this, it will be multiple choice. Again, for CXC, this would be a checkbox. All right. So we have text box, checkbox, date picker, drop down box, and let's try one last one. And for this, I'm going to use a checkbox. So they have multiple answers that they can select from. All right. So there you go. So basically, that's how we create a simple form. All right. So I have my title, my little description, and I have my questions. Now, there is also the option to change the color scheme. Right. So if you look to the side there, it gives you the option to change the color scheme. So I can change the text of the heading, for example. Right. I can also choose to have a header image. Right. I could select it from the images that are there. Right. I could upload my own image if I so desire, or I could search on Google. Of course, I'm just selecting an image for right now. And of course, when you select the image, you won't be able to put the entire image into the on the form. So you just have to select the section of the image that you want to be entered there. Right? And you can of course change the color scheme for your form. The background for your form as well you can change. Alright. So you can play around with those. Now, if you need to preview your fillable form, you can select the little eye there and it will show you what your form will look like. Right, so as you see, I'm able to enter my name. Of course, that's not my real name, but yes. And select the gender. I'm able to select multiple interests. Right, I'm able to select my date of birth by selecting the date picker that is there. I'm able to select a parish from my drop-down list, and I can of course submit, but this is a previewed form. Right. Now, once you are finished, you can go ahead and publish the form, right, which now means that everyone will now have access to it. And once you have published, you can always copy the link and send it out. Right? And that's basically how you create a fillable electronic form. All right. So I hope this will be useful when it comes to if you just want to do a survey to send out, or if you're doing sections of your SBA, or if you are working on something that is CXC related. All right. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so that other persons can also benefit from the information. Have a wonderful day.